Imagine living out your dream but destroying it for selfish gains. The YouTubers we discuss today completely ruin their public image and in many cases their whole career in just a matter of seconds. From faking deaths to unforgivable actions when they thought the camera was not rolling on them. Today we're going to be discussing them all, starting off with the worst kind of person alive, Brooke Houts. Roughly 4 years ago, Brooke Houts was on a very swift rise and had a fairly successful channel. Most of the popular content on the channel involved videos of Brooke and her dog, generally mundane videos about pranking or challenging her dog in lighthearted comedic ways. However, when she went to upload what would become her last video, she made a very simple editing mistake and exposed herself for the true monster she is. This would come in the form of a pranking my dog video in which she puts plastic wrap on the door to trick him into running into it. During this activity, she's clearly hyping the dog up, getting him excited to play. When you have a dog of this size, it is completely your fault when you get it this excited inside, and that said, she clearly resented the dog, holding it down and hitting him as he excitedly danced around for the camera, just hoping to play with his owner. She's never posted on YouTube since, and many people have petitioned to keep her from ever owning animals again, including myself. She was a monster behind the scenes, just like JayStation. JayStation was known for popularizing the trend in the such and such at 3 a.m. challenge. Of course, he ran into some flaming controversy, doing things like calling upon the ghost of Mac Miller quite literally one day after his tragic passing, rip to a legend. But even all of that was not nearly as bad as what he was just about to do. In his content, JayStation was well known for featuring his girlfriend at the time, Alexia, but unexpectedly, she'd not been seen for a little while, and out of nowhere, he dropped a video to let his audience know that Alexia had tragically passed away. Spoiler alert, she's totally happy and healthy even to this day. However, Jay decided to milk this fake passing for all the clout and attention that he could possibly suck dry from that situation, going as far as to set up a fake memorial, breaking down in tears over the tragic loss that never really happened. This guy was an absolute psycho, and thankfully YouTube did the right thing by kicking him off the platform completely. Something that I'm baffled did not happen in the case of Sam Pepper. That's right, if you thought JayStation's death hoax was bad, just wait until you hear what Sam Pepper did to the now famous Sam and Colby duo. At the time, Sam Pepper was one of the early adopters in the YouTube prank genre. This basically consisted of untalented people coming up with the most shocking thing they could possibly think of. Before that was commonplace on TikTok, of course. For whatever reason, they thought a great prank idea was to fake kidnap Sam and Colby, blindfold the two, sit them in chairs near each other, and pretend to off Sam so that Colby was convinced his best friend had just been shot right next to him. Yeah, none of that was exaggeration, quite literally exactly how it happened. This was truly a traumatizing situation and something that immediately halted the amazing momentum Sam Pepper had made for himself at the time, to the point where his multi-million subscriber channel gets just over 1,000 views per video to this day. This reminds me of one of the lamest pranksters from back then, Vitaly ZDT. This guy had a wild ride. Before he even started the YouTube game, he was featured as one of the men in a Bang Bus video. However, he got so nervous that he couldn't, get it up, and sat there for 12 minutes awkwardly. The next year, he would go to create his YouTube channel and ended up getting a huge boost in his career, thanks to none other than Daniel Tosh reacting to his Miami zombie prank video. Admittedly, it took a little longer than 1 second to ruin his career, but this one is a doozy, so try keeping up with me on it. In 2014, he was arrested for streaking at a soccer/football game. 2016, he was arrested for climbing the Hollywood sign. The next month, he would be arrested for streaking at a basketball game. In 2017, he streaked at the World Series. It was so frequent that he ended up getting banned from all sporting events. So he went on to hire his mother and girlfriend to go and streak at events for him. Arrested in 2020 for climbing the pyramids of Giza under the guise of charity. Eventually, YouTube started to suppress his content, and the last time we saw him in the news was 2020, when he inexplicably attacked a woman for no reason because he was bugging out on drugs. This downward spiral reminds me of another YouTuber, I just can't put my finger on it. Oh yeah, Logan Paul, the epitome of everything wrong with YouTubers. He's disrespectful, flexes that he's rich, he's a known scammer at the same time, and he's narcissistic and really untalented except for fighting. And I will admit, he is a pretty good fighter, but did you see either one of his movies? Don't come telling me that he's talented as an actor until you watch those, then we'll have a chat. That said, our man-child has ruined his career as effectively as possible. Don't get me wrong, he's still doing pretty well now, but I would say he's treading water. As much as Logan Paul flexes being rich, where's all that money that he was supposed to pay back for Crypto Zoo? And Dink Doink, for that matter. And why can he not pay it back if he has so much money? But honestly, he's such a loser, he's barely worth our time, and I have no idea why he's famous. On that same note, let's talk about the D'Amelio family. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a tough one to talk about because these are just the Kardashians of YouTube. The real question is, why are they famous in the first place? And don't give me all that nonsense that the Kardashians had a fashion company, blah blah. We know why Kim Kardashian specifically made the family famous. I can't say it on YouTube, but you know. For the D'Amelio family, I literally cannot figure out where the talent is perceived to be. I can't imagine finding their content entertaining, even when I was a child. However, that is all stuff that I could really look past, but they are all just the most insufferable people you've ever experienced. The first really funny instance comes when Charli D'Amelio was talking about wanting to reach 100 million followers on TikTok with 1 year and lost 1 million subscribers because of how arrogant she came across saying this, as well as just outright being completely rude to a private chef during the same video that made them a lovely meal, acting like a petulant child who is only there to eat chicken nuggies. Then there was her sister Dixie D'Amelio that made a whole music video about how sometimes she doesn't want to be happy while singing around her mansion in said video, and all of this came in the middle of the pandemic. Just shut up. Plus, most recently, they pretended to work at Walmart for a couple of hours to try selling some sort of snack brand they now have, and essentially cosplay 9-to-5 workers, talking about how weird it was, and just generally being negative towards people like you and I who have to work normal jobs. The only family I think is easily worse would be DaddyOFive. If that is not bad enough, imagine abusing your children for content purposes like the DaddyOFive channel. See, DaddyOFive was an extremely successful family YouTube channel that was thankfully shut down by YouTube after it was revealed that they were extremely abusive towards their children. Now, I won't get into too many details on this one, but they would do things like not feed the children and punish them for not properly participating in content. They were just unbelievable. It is clear that everyone on this list is not remorseful for any of their actions, and just more evidence that YouTube helps to amplify voices of all types, no matter good or bad, but I guess that it is just the risk you run on a large platform like this. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and like, I'll see you in the next one.